Ever scrolled through your feed and cringed at the endless parade of 5-minute experts blasting megaphone opinions with tweet-sized wisdom? You know the type. The coworker who skipped Econ 101 but can fix the entire economy over coffee. Or that uncle who researched vaccines on TikTok and now debates doctors like a pro. Why do the loudest voices in every room, from office chats to Twitter wars, belong to the people who know the least? Buckle up, because today we're cracking open the mind-bending mystery that's haunted every deep thinker. Why do you, the one who actually studies and reflects, stay silent while the clueless shout with unshakable swagger? Get ready for a revelation that'll flip how you see the world. It's called the Dunning-Kruger Effect, and it's the psychological bombshell that explains everything from boardroom blunders to viral political rants. Discovered by Cornell psychologists David Dunning and Justin Kruger, after poring over hundreds of real-life cases, it boils down to this jaw-dropping truth. People with minimal knowledge wildly overestimate their skills. Ignorance doesn't just breed mistakes. It inflates egos into unbreakable bubbles of fake confidence. And here's the kicker. They're not faking it. They truly believe they're geniuses. Picture this. Your newbie driver cousin, license still warm, swerving like a maniac, but swearing they're Michael Schumacher. Or that friend who binge-watched a 40-hour coding boot camp on YouTube and now demands a senior dev salary. Not arrogance, just pure blind belief. Why? When you know little, you can't spot how much you don't know. It's like stumbling blindfolded in pitch darkness. You miss every wall, pitfall, and cliff right under your nose. No clue about a topic's 10 hidden layers? You'll strut like you conquered them all. Never heard the exceptions to the rules? You'll preach those rules like gospel. Limited real-world chaos? Your tiny bubble feels like the whole universe. But hold on, it's about to get wilder. This arrogance of ignorance isn't just annoying, it's a sneaky survival hack. Doubt? It's torture. Admitting the world's a tangled mess? Pure anxiety bomb. So, our brains pick the cozy escape, fake certainty as an emotional fortress. It's that warm blanket of, I know this, way comfier than the chilly wind of, maybe I'm wrong. Easier to chant simple fixes than face reality's glorious mess. I once knew a guy like this. Let's call him Captain Quick Fix. Economic meltdown? Slash spending. Global war? Just talk it out. Bad breakup? More dialogue. Chronic blues? Think positive. Boom. World saved in 30 seconds. His superpower? Zero doubt. He ruled his pint-sized island of facts like it was planet Earth, blind to the vast continents of knowledge beyond. Picture an ant in your backyard, puffing its chest. I've mapped the cosmos. Hilarious? Sure. But it's us. All of us. Until we climb higher. And here's the ultimate paradox that'll blow your mind. The more you truly know, the more you see how little you grasp. It's a vicious loop in reverse. Low knowledge, low self-awareness, sky-high confidence. But stack up real expertise, your view explodes, doubts multiply, and suddenly, you shut up and listen. It's like scaling Everest. From the base, the peak looks like a stroll. Hit the summit? You spot endless more mountains waiting. So next time a know-it-all dominates the convo, smile. They're just blindfolded ants. And you? You're the quiet climber, eyes wide to the real horizon, mind blown. Yet, ever stood at the base of a mountain squinting at a puny hill? Climb higher, and bam! The world explodes into infinite horizons. What looked like everything from ground level, just a pathetic speck. That's true wisdom. The higher you climb, the bigger you see your own blind spots. Intelligent folks shoulder a secret burden the clueless will never feel. The exhilarating weight of, I do not know, yet. They spot uncharted layers of complexity, admit their hot takes might flop, and geek out over endless discoveries ahead. Remember Socrates, Athens' ultimate brainiac? He snagged wisest man status by dropping this mic drop truth. I know that I know nothing. No fake humility. Just a genius peering into knowledge's cosmic ocean, thrilled by his tiny raft. But here's the game changer. Socratic humility isn't doubt paralysis, it's rocket fuel. Socrates didn't quit questioning. His I'm limited vibe drove him to dig deeper. Real wisdom, not hoarding facts. It's the addiction to what's next to learn. Now brace for the conversation revelation that'll make you a human lie detector. The loudest noise? Always from empty heads. Spot the smartest people you know? They ooze deliberate slowness, pausing, picking words like gold, thinking before they speak. Why? Awareness is their superpower. They get it. Words are weapons. Half-baked ideas spark wildfires. Shoddy facts infect minds. Sweeping generalizations, prejudice grenades. Flip side, the instant opinion circus. These folks fire off rapid-fire solutions like machine guns. Boom, crisis fixed. Pow, debate won. Zero hesitation, zero maybe, zero let me think. It's all absolutes on steroids, always, never. Everyone knows, obviously. Shocker alert. Society pays top dollar for bluster, not brains. We crown confident loudmouths kings, not cautious truth-tellers. Hesitation? Weak. Arrogance? Boss. Scan your political heroes. Rarely the humble thinkers. They're the swaggering saviors peddling sugar-coated snake oil. I'll end corruption. Zero unemployment. World peace, done. Why? Crowds crave cozy certainties over gritty truths. Corporate boardrooms, same circus. The cocky exec barking, "This'll spike sales 200%, trust me," steals applause. The wise one murmuring, "Let's test, tweak, and track the market." Crickets. Confidence trumps competence, every time. And now, social media's turned the madness nuclear. Anyone with Wi-Fi, instant guru. Post with fake swagger? Boom, instant followers. I knew a gal who tanked 3 relationships in a year, then branded herself relationship coach, TM. My fails, your goldmine lessons, a dude lucked into crypto cash, pure fluke, and poof, investment wizard. Crown jewel? My buddy who accidentally went viral with one dumb Instagram story and woke up a 10K digital marketing consultant. Zero skills, all vibes. Next time a blabbermouth dominates, smirk, their ants yelling at stars. You, the quiet mountaineer, mapping real horizons. Who's the real boss now? Mind. Officially. Blown all right. I'll rewrite the script to make it more engaging while maintaining its original length, ensuring the core message about intellectual humility, the dangers of performative expertise, and the value of embracing doubt shines through with fresh energy. Here's the revamped version. Imagine a guy who posts something online, and boom, it goes viral. He has no idea why it worked, but suddenly he's selling courses on cracking the code to viral success. Within months, thousands are shelling out cash to learn his secrets. The problem isn't him teaching, it's him believing he's an expert because of one lucky hit. He's mistaken a fluke for mastery, a single win for deep skill, a fleeting moment for universal wisdom. Welcome to the heart of our performative culture, where admitting "I don't know" is social poison, doubting yourself is weakness, and changing your mind feels like betraying your soul. We're trapped in a world that demands a hot take on everything: global politics, cookie recipes, quantum physics, moral quandaries, whether you've studied for decades or just skimmed a headline 5 minutes ago. Social media cranks this pressure to 11. When big news drops, you've got seconds to post a fiery stance, or your yesterday's news. The louder, the angrier, the more it spreads. But here's the gut punch. For too many, saying "I don't know" feels like admitting they're worthless. Their identity teeters on the shaky illusion of being all-knowing, their ego propped up by a facade of expertise. This facade is a velvet cage. Believe you've got it all figured out, and you slam the door on growth. Why question your beliefs if they're obviously right? Why listen to others if your take is clearly the best? It's like trying to pour water into a brimming cup. It just spills over, wasted. Intellectual arrogance becomes a shield, deflecting new ideas, repelling growth. I've seen it time and again. People who could soar if they would just admit their limits, but instead, they cling to the mirage of mastery, dodging the sting of humility. Here's the game changer. Real learning demands courage, the courage to say, "I don't know," In a world that shames uncertainty, the courage to ask questions when everyone's shouting answers, the courage to pivot when new evidence challenges your stance. In a society addicted to looking certain, this humility is rebellion. While others flex loud opinions, you wield the quiet power of doubt, carving a path to wisdom. But this isn't just noble, it's strategic. Humble learners soak up more, stumble less, and choose better. They tap into insights the arrogant will never touch. Here's the deeper twist. Our world's allergic to complexity. We crave tweet-sized fixes for problems centuries in the making, instant cures for messy realities. This infantilizes us, breeding adults who think like kids, splitting the world into heroes and villains, right and wrong, with no patience for nuance. The idiot here isn't just clueless. They're stuck in a child's mindset, demanding simple answers to feel safe. They'll declare, crime's spiking, lock 'em up. Economy's tanking, slash taxes. Middle East in chaos, just sign a peace deal. No pause, no depth, just bold, loud solutions. Meanwhile, the thinker lingers. What's driving the crime? Where's it happening? What's been tried? What are the trade-offs? To the untrained eye, the idiot seems decisive, the thinker hesitant. But that pause isn't weakness. It's wisdom, knowing hasty fixes often break more than they mend. This depth carries a hidden weight. Thinkers bear the burden of complexity. Every decision tangled in a web of variables, every solution risking unintended ripples. In a world that cheers certainty, their doubts look like flaws. Picture being the only adult in a room of kids demanding easy answers. The loudest idiots dominate, while the wise stay quiet, knowing nuanced truths can't compete with simplistic noise. It's a vicious cycle. The more ignorance shouts, the quieter wisdom gets, until noise drowns out signal. Yet here's the fascinating part. Some tie their worth to always having an answer, their ego starving for validation through performative expertise. I worked with someone like this. She had a take on everything. Marketing, tech, HR, even the ideal office thermostat setting. She'd dominate meetings, tossing out jargon and unverified studies, dazzling the unaware, but up close, her knowledge was a house of cards, crumbling under scrutiny. It worked, until reality demanded payment. In our digital age, faking expertise is child's play. Grab some half-baked info from a sketchy blog, mix in bold opinions, and serve with swagger. Audiences, often just as clueless, lap it up, unable to spot the gap between performance and substance. This breeds experts who've binged a few YouTube videos and call themselves gurus, skimmed a headline and claim mastery, or taken a weekend course and branded themselves consultants. True self-learners? They know they're just scratching the surface. They cross-check sources, test ideas, admit gaps, and never stop studying. False experts think a Google search makes them omniscient, mistaking information for wisdom, opinions for expertise. Our culture fuels this mess, valuing confidence over competence, rewarding blunt assertions over careful nuance. Try this eye-opener. Compare how you talk about topics you truly know versus those you don't. On solid ground, you say, usually, it depends. There are exceptions. On shaky turf, it's always, never, obviously. The cruel irony? The less precise your words, the more convincing they sound to the crowd. Always do X trumps, it depends on A, B, and C, even if it's wrong. This flips the script. The ignorant shout loudest, while the wise are drowned out. Yet, true experts rarely flex. They don't need to prove their worth in every debate or correct every myth. Why? Their knowledge isn't tied to ego. They embrace complexity, welcome diverse views, and know forcing truth on the unwilling is a losing game. Instead, they plant seeds of doubt, letting others grow into answers over time. Here's the secret to break free. Treasure intelligent doubt over foolish certainty. Celebrate those who admit limits over those who fake mastery. Saying I don't know isn't weakness, it's the spark of wisdom. In an age of endless noise and shallow expertise, doubt is resistance. Against the pressure to opine on everything, the rush for instant takes, The myth of simple fixes. It's not indecision. It's prudence, recognizing some questions need more time, more knowledge, more care. This mindset liberates you to change your mind without shame, to admit ignorance without feeling less, to grow without fear. The wisest know their knowledge is a speck in an ocean of unknowns. That's not a flaw. It's their superpower. Embracing this isn't the end of learning. It's the dawn of true wisdom. In social settings, this creates awkward moments every thinker knows. The clueless uncle at Sunday lunch, lecturing on global finance with zero training. The cousin who read a shady Facebook post and now dispenses medical advice. The brother-in-law who binged a Netflix doc and corrects historians. The mother-in-law who took a self-help seminar and diagnoses everyone's emotions. Confronting them? Often pointless. They don't want knowledge. They want validation. Challenge their expertise, and it might be taken as a personal attack. You think you were smarter than me? Their ego's tied to being right, not learning. Meanwhile, the wise stay quiet, knowing real knowledge doesn't need to shout. They don't to crave applause or likes. They were secure in what they know and humble about what they done tea. This subtle approach, planting seeds instead of forcing truths, is less flashy but far more effective, shifting minds over time. The greatest wisdom? Recognizing your ignorance is vast, your knowledge limited, and that's no cause for shame. It's a call to curiosity. In a world that rewards arrogance, humility is your edge. It keeps you open, eager, and growing. The truest certainty is knowing there's always more to learn. That's not the end of the journey. It's where wisdom begins. If this sparked a rethink of your own certainties, hit subscribe for more ideas that challenge how you see the world. Drop a like if you believe saying, "I don't know," is braver than faking it. Catch you in the next video. Let's keep questioning, learning, and growing.